We are live.
We're live?
Yes, we're live.
We're live?
We're live.
Oh, no, mine was an hour 51 as well. So, I don't know what the difference is.
Maybe I saw the director.
Is this really loud for you guys?
Yes.
It's a little bit loud.
I feel like I need to do jazz hands or something.
Yeah, I love that. That's the best part. That's the big dance number. Can't you see it? Like the scene opens up, and then there's a whole street of dancers, and they're all doing the right.
Jazz hands means yes in Iridian.
Oh, okay. Now we know.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Hi, Ken.
I feel like jazz hands means yes. Universally.
Yes. Yes. Queen.
So we are here for another edition of Soundbooth Theater Live. I am in a secret bunker.
Super secret.
You sure are.
Yeah.
Super
well, the thing is,
secret.
the apocalypse is happening in.
Oh.
It's gonna be like 3 hours, so y'all are fucked. But you know, I'm cool. I'm all right.
Shoot, I don't have enough food supply on hand.
I know. I forgot to tell you guys.
Jeff made his bunker without telling us, and he stored it with such cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, the coolest thing is this is a pirate bunker, as you can see. And so once the apocalypse is done, we're gonna go out and pillage.
Oh.
You know, and just take whatever we want.
That's incentive.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I have good friends. They're prepared. You know.
I don't really have much of a taste for pillaging, but you know, I could learn. I think I could study.
Yeah. So today we are celebrating all things Mimicanese.
Yes.
Because already last week, Mimic and Me, the audiobook narrated by Ryan Reed with support from me and Dory Sachs, was released. It's doing quite well on Audible right now. It's narrated by Cassius Lang.
Narrated?
I'm sorry, written by Cassius Lang. Or is it Cassius Tang? It's the
Cassius Lang and something
Cassius,
Tang.
Yeah.
Which is this?
It's Mimicking Me.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Mimicking Me, and that was released on the 16th.
Right.
So a week ago today.
That's out. Go check it out, guys. I play a mimic in that one, but it's not boxy. I did my best to make sure it was not boxy, and I think that I, if I do say so myself, did a good job of making it not boxy.
Was it like Felix Unger? He was like the congenial mimic.
Felix Unger. I don't know who that is.
That's the Odd Couple. Yeah, I just dated myself pretty hard. Sorry about that.
Did you see this comment? Jeff looks like he's hosting a pirate radio.
I am. Yeah.
I think that's
like
true.
Christian Slater.
Well, you need pirate radio during the apocalypse, so I'm just ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the curve. Yes, this is Mimicking Me, Book 1, Ryan Tang. That's who it is. I knew. So Cassius Lang.
Lang and Tang.
Yeah, look at him eating a cookie.
Look at him.
Cookie.
Slobbering
He's a perfect shoulder pet.
I want a cookie.
Oh, I kind of
the cookie looks delicious for sure.
It does, and he really digs cookies.
That shoulder pet reminds me of Kitty Boy, because Kitty Boy would be doing that to a cookie.
Yeah, our little ratties would sit on our shoulders like that too.
So this is a fun book, guys. The Mimic is completely different from Boxy in personality as well. He's definitely more manic, more he's having more of a good time, and he's a bit more of a trickster. I mean, I guess Boxy's a trickster too, but he's more of a serious trickster, whereas this one's kind of like a practical joke trickster. But I think in general, the relationship between the Mimic and the main character here is kind of like Venom. Like he's kind of like
so they have a symbiotic relationship?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, like in Blue Beetle.
So when he eats that cookie, then, you know, the other dude gets a taste of that cookie.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. It doesn't quite work that way.
I like how I come back and we're still talking about the cookie.
Ken's song is saying Mimicking Me where Jeff is unhinged.
Well,
yeah,
I didn't really leave. I could still hear everything that was going on. I got myself some water and pet my kitty. Because my little kitty's right over there.
So, despite child labor laws, we are using your kitty a little bit in the dungeon crawler
We
called
need a kitty.
Audio Immersion Tunnel.
Yes, we are.
There were some cat sounds that Annie wasn't
I just
quite able to
could
reach. Not quite
Yeah.
as well as Mr. Kitty Boy.
We brought in my
I want to
actual
hear
kitty.
these sounds.
Yeah, but he was never on set for more than 4 hours per day. I think we're all right.
And he did stick his claw into my nose and bear down.
I really wish we had been recording.
God,
the video
me
for
too. That was hilarious.
It was really funny. But yeah, so Mimic and Me, guys, go pick it up. It's already out. But also, not tomorrow, but Friday, the true release, not the pre-release. The pre-order is still up, by the way. You can go pick up the Jackson pre-release right now on Audible.
Jackson?
This is volume 9 of Everybody Loves Large Chests. You can pick it up now if you want to, but the official release is on Friday. So today, we are, yeah, there it is. I love this cover. I love all the art for this series. And speaking of art for Everybody Loves Large Chests, there's a new thing that's in the works right now that has to do with Everybody Loves Large Chests and art. And I think you guys are all going to love it when it comes out. So keep an eye out for any more talk of that. It's well on its way. They're doing a great job with it. I'm not sure if I should be saying exactly what it is, but go bother Neven. See what I'm talking about. But yeah, Jackson, the biggest Everybody Loves Large Chests so far. Literally, the largest large chest. This one is for sure a triple D audiobook. 18 hours total, and the biggest cast, right? We fit a lot of people into this one. 8 people. Me, of course, Annie. Then we have Justin returning, Gary returning, Dory, of course, playing Fizzy. Alejandra LaFleur has returned. Will Watt has returned. But we also have one of our newest cast members, Ms. Lucky Byfleet. She plays a very small role in this one, but she will for sure have more roles in the next volume. So
That's such a great name.
Lucky Byfleet, right?
Yes.
I don't know where the hell she came up with it, but people are gonna remember it.
Yep.
Right? Lucky
Oh,
Byfleet.
yeah.
So also I need to go visit her in Iceland. She lives in Iceland, but she's an English woman, and she does whale tours.
Oh my, that sounds cool.
Right? I'm gonna go visit.
Like seriously?
What? Like inside it?
I'm gonna do a whale
she
tour.
does. She
Inside
tours
it.
inside whales. She shows everybody all the organs.
You know,
like whale
like
watching.
from
Like
Pinocchio.
does she drive a boat?
Yep. I don't know if she drives the boat, but she definitely gives the tour. She's the guide. Ken Song asks, is Miss Lucky doing an audiobook? Not yet, but I'm sure I definitely want to find something for her to do because she is a natural. So yeah.
Is she a musician?
No, I don't think so. I think she can sing, but like she's not a singer.
Okay.
If you know, it's like me with singing.
And wait, have you given are there more books to talk about?
Are there more books to talk about?
You mean upcoming books?
Yeah.
The
Well,
one upcoming is, as you know, DCC.
yeah.
Well, there's also PAC. We don't have the.
Prophecy Approved Companion.
That's not-
we'll be
that's
turning it
TBA.
in on September 1st.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure when it's supposed to
Oh,
release,
look
but
at
we are
this.
working hard on it.
Yes.
So
why did they make Donut's hat different than
She
on the
got
audio?
that hat. She
it's
got
different
that.
for every release. It's
I
different on
thought
the
the-
paperback than it
I
is
thought
on the
the
Kindle,
book-
and it's different on the audiobook than it is for both of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So this
Love this
one she
cover.
has the navy cap.
She gets that. She gets it in the book.
Yeah.
She's so great.
Hold on.
She
With
decides
little
she puts it right
claws.
on.
Wart Galore says he has the voice of a Cygnus cloud gull. What the fuck is that? I feel so So dumb. What is that from, Mort Galore? And yeah, of course, Dungeon Crawler Carl 6. That's not this Friday. Next Friday is the release. And we're having a big-ass party at DragonCon on September 3rd. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Atlanta Aquarium. So we kind of fucked up. We planned for a 200-person party. And apparently 600-something people RSVP'd.
I'm mildly terrified, y'all.
What the fuck?
This is gonna be a banger, y'all.
That sounds amazing.
Oh my god.
Yes. So definitely come out if you're in the area or remotely even close.
Oh my god.
You guys.
I'm so sad. I'm gonna be
Annie,
moping about this for a long time.
I'm sad too. You're not gonna be there.
We all are gonna be sad that Annie's not there. But
Boo.
she's got things she must do. So regretfully, maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll do another party next year. Maybe we'll try. Depends on how this one goes. We might.
That's what I was thinking.
The building might catch fire, and we might all.
That would be ironic because it's an aquarium.
Because
I really hope not. But then, like, I would be glad that I didn't go.
Right, that's true.
But I don't want that.
I
it's not worth it. That you know.
Right.
To cure my FOMO.
Oh, the scene with you and Annie at the end of book 5. Oh, right. I forgot all about that. Sailor hat hits different, said Rich Dolphus.
Sailor
hat. It does. I love Uzi Jesus so much in this book as well.
Uzi Jesus.
Uzi Jesus is a brilliant character.
So good.
And yeah, if you guys didn't notice, Travis Baldry and Patrick Warburton are in this book as well. So if you weren't already ridiculously excited about this thing coming out, you probably are now. We hit number 4 in all of Audible with the pre-order of this book.
Insane.
Guys,
I knew it was going to be big, though.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That means that we are 100% hitting number 1 when it releases. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. Because all the pre-release, like, if this is from one day.
And this is all of Audible?
Out of all the audiobooks on Audible, yeah, it was ranked
and number 1 in different categories.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. That was one day of pre-order sales that got us to that ranking, which means when it
actually comes out.
When it actually comes out, it's going to count all the pre-orders from that day and every day up until the actual release. All of those are going to count towards toward the ranking. Plus, all sorts of people haven't pre-ordered it because they're like, why the fuck am I pre-ordering a digital product?
Right.
Fair enough. Okay, but they're still probably going to buy it that day one. So, guys, please break this website for us. Tell everyone you know.
I love this image of Donut.
I do too.
She's
brilliant.
Her little claws.
So severe.
Yeah, no, she's working. She's like, that's her hand.
Like she's directing
choosing
stuff?
cards. Yeah, she's working.
Is that a mic? Does she have a mic on? Yeah, she does have a mic.
Yeah, it's a pop mic, yeah. She has auto-tune
that's
in this
the
book.
auto-tune, yeah. She has auto-tune in this book.
That's funny.
So good.
Yes,
so
yes,
good.
yes. So, guys, we have a ridiculously exciting next few weeks coming up. I cannot wait to see you all at DragonCon. We're gonna do some we're gonna do some readings. Also, I'm out here in Davenport, Iowa, for Planet FunkCon. We're gonna have another DCC party here. I think Friday night, Saturday night, something like that. So if you're in this area, come see us.
Are we gonna have a DCC party at 20 Books?
We're gonna have a fantasy party at 20 Books.
Okay.
But it's gonna be good. Now 20 Books is for authors, guys. So none of you guys are invited. Stay away. No, it's an authors conference. It's a business conference, but authors party too. That's the thing. So we're gonna be hosting the fantasy dinner / party. And it's going to be fun. We have so much crazy shit coming up. I'm going to be exhausted by the end of this year. I'm going to be dead. But
Don't
so
do that.
worth it. So worth it.
Yeah, don't die.
By the way, September 1st, along with Dungeon Crawler Carl 6, the first episode of the audio immersion tunnel for Dungeon Crawler Carl. That is our reboot of the series with a full cast, sound effects, and music. The first episode is going to release at the same time, and it will be free, and it will be exclusive to our website. So you get to pick that up. You get to say, holy shit, this is crazy. And then you got to wait another couple months because we're still working real hard at producing the rest of the rest of the season. It's going to be 8 episodes total. First episode is free. The rest of the episodes you have to pay for, but I'm sure you will once you listen to what we've done with the first episode. We're polishing it up now, guys. It's sounding amazing. It's coming together. And this is a whole new way to experience it. It is audio, but we have more than 20 songs for the whole first season. We have so much sound effects, and we've cast almost everybody's new, right? So I'm still playing Carl and Donut and the AI and Mordecai, but pretty much everyone else is cast differently. It's by somebody else from the SBT crew. So don't miss out on this, guys. Everyone so far has done a fantastic job in the acting department. Ahmed has been knocking it out of the park in the sound effects department. We have 5 different composers working on the music. Me, Ahmed, Justin, Aaron, and Eddie Zach. It's insane what we're doing with this production. We're just going all out because we love this series.
Yeah.
That's all I have for news. I can't pack anything else in. Anybody else have news?
Not news, but we have a question from Wart Galore. He asked if, do we mention who the guest actors are starring as at the beginning of Book DCC 6?
Yes. Yep. So once you'll find out right at the beginning. And
some people guessed it when we were teasing. I saw the name come up, but I just ignored it and played it cool. I'm like, if you think about it for 1 second, really think about it, it would make sense. You'd guess it, and someone did.
Yeah.
Travis Baldry, man, that dude's voice.
He did such a good Spanish language accent. I was so impressed.
Compare it to
sounded like Antonio Banderas.
No, I compare it to Ricardo Montalban.
Oh yeah, that too.
I don't even know what country he was supposed to be from. I still don't know.
Wait, who was?
Ricardo Montalban.
Ricardo.
Oh, I don't know.
Who? You don't know where he's
no,
from?
No, I
he's
don't know where he's
no.
from.
Ricardo, well, for Ahmed, since he doesn't know, Ricardo is Mexican, or was Mexican.
Ah, Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
God.
I used to think he was French.
Kylie Saurus Rex says, I just remembered butt sleeve. What's going on with that ass tat? Just, we're working real hard at this
Slow your roll, Kylie.
Look, I'm gonna get the ass tattoo that I feel I deserve.
Yeah.
So
you haven't gotten
I'm not
to come
rushing
up
it.
with a good
I've
image
picked out,
yet?
I've looked at a couple artists that I really like, and so I might approach them sometime soon. Or to be honest, the new Donut Holes logo that Matt made is really fucking good.
Oh my god.
I might even just get that.
But there's no Princess Donut in it. Is there?
Yeah,
a
there
Princess
is.
Donut?
Yeah,
okay, she's in the
donut
hole.
Yeah. Hang on,
No, you haven't seen it.
I don't think I've seen
I have
this.
seen it.
I'm
I
gonna
just
pull
can't
it up.
remember.
I don't know if I've.
We got to show it off.
It's in
show everyone.
Facebook, no?
It is.
I've seen it. I just don't have.
Oh,
a
if
good
I've
visual
seen
memory.
it, I guess I've forgotten.
Donut Holes Unite.
Have you seen the patch tattoo trend? What? Like a jacket patch?
Sewing jacket patches on your
Patch
skin?
tattoos.
Or the tattoo
look
looks
like
like
a
a patch? Is what I would imagine.
Have you heard of Coin Boys?
No. What is
Speaking of
that?
Trends.
I have not. What is
somebody
that?
Somebody who works at an elementary school is saying that there's this new fad of like self-proclaimed coin boys who like make every decision by flipping a coin. They say live by the coin, die by the coin. And a teacher gave them an assignment, and one of the guys was like, heads I do the assignment, tails I don't.
Sounds like something Two-Face would do.
Yeah, they totally
that's
stole
exactly
it from Batman.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
Or No Country
Embracing
for Old
chaos. But you know, you can always be selective about you know, the things you choose, right?
You are giving yourself. You are making the two choices. You know.
Exactly.
You can rig the game.
Of course. Yeah.
Did you find that? Picture?
I found the image, but I'm trying to like get it so I don't play a video, and it's really difficult.
Here, I'm gonna send it to you.
Do you have the actual image? Like, not...
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you through Teams.
Live by the coin, die by the coin.
Where'd it go? Where are you at on Teams, man? There you are.
He should be one of your pinned chats.
You can pin chats?
Yes, you can. I've got y'all pinned up at the top.
I didn't know that.
I always have to hunt you.
There we go.
All right, look at that. It's a picture.
It's so good.
It is. It's very fancy.
Yeah, it's very donut.
You think so?
I feel like
I mean, it's a version of donut, right?
Yeah. So far, there's not been very much consistency in Donut's design across artists.
Really?
Which is an issue. I mean,
also,
it's hard to blame them
Carl
because
as well.
it's hard to blame them because she's a tortie, right? A tortoiseshell color pattern. There we go.
Oh gosh.
Did you see the heart on her head? It's a little tiny crown. It's very
That's
good.
pretty damn good.
You're
Although
saying Matt made this one?
She doesn't look exactly like Donut though on all the covers.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But Matt made it, so it's
Right.
like,
So what does donut
how
look
could
like?
there be
Yeah.
a more authentic donut than the donut that Matt made?
Yeah.
I guess we all got married to a different image.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to do a tortoiseshell pattern, like in an illustration, you know? Especially like a consistent one. You know, so, but it's just a, and you know, my tattoo is gonna be black and white anyway.
Oh my God! I just spotted the butt. I just
spotted the butt.
You just now realized that's what it was doing. I noticed right away.
I just spotted the butt.
It
It's
was her
inside of the
little
first
tail.
donut. The
Yes.
little X is the butt.
Yes, Ahmed. Jeff, why is it gonna be black and white? You gotta have the like lavender donuts.
Those are like Homer Simpson donuts almost.
I really want some fucking donuts. Like looking at this is making me want donuts. What is that?
Even though
tell
it's
me?
one of them's right on her butthole.
I want the one that's not on her butthole.
But it's still covered in her hair.
Yeah.
It's strawberry.
And it could be. I mean, like, I wouldn't be mad if that was a tattoo on my ass.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Maybe you could put the first donut like around your own butthole, you know?
Oh
Maybe.
no.
That would you know, save on.
That would be a
ink.
really painful
we talked
tattoo.
about that
Like you
before.
could make her butthole your butthole.
I know,
And, like,
I know.
Well, you
have
don't
the
have to
big-
go all the way in with it. Just enough that when the cheeks are closed, it's one image, right?
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, it is really going for it. If like you spread them and the picture keeps going,
Okay.
Going.
All right.
it is something.
Okay.
Just a really deep dish donut.
Yeah, you just see dedication all the way
Oh,
down.
Lord.
I'm gonna die if I don't have a donut.
Chesley asks,
Die nut.
Jeff, who is the most fun voice to do in this new book? Uzi Jesus.
I've got to hear this
loved
Uzi Jesus
Uzi
now.
Jesus.
Uzi.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll keep looking for more designs, but man, this one's good. This one's really good. So, anyway, any other news? Any other news from anybody else?
I think so.
No? All right.
Nope.
Well, I feel like we can get going. Now, since I'm out of town, and we're like I'm actually at someone's house.
I wasn't expecting that one. I thought you guys were going to do your thing.
You've been taking too long. Hey, look, there's my kitty.
So yes, in celebration of in celebration of the release of Mimic and Me and Everybody Loves Lord Chess Jackson.
Yep.
We decided to check out Mimic. The movie.
Yeah, Mimic the movie. So this is
Guillermo Del Toro movie.
Yep. Guillermo Del Toro directed it. I don't know. Now I didn't catch much of the credits. So.
Yeah. Let's see. He helped write it, I guess.
Oh, did he?
Okay.
Oh yeah, he did. I didn't notice that before.
But I'm like wondering about music, maybe, but I wasn't really that
Oh, Mario Beltrami. Yeah, I noticed his name. Mario or Marco? Yeah, Marco.
Known for iRobot, World War Z.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed the
Blade 2. Oh, so he's worked with Guillermo Del Toro before.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Blade 2 came out after this.
Yes.
Yeah. So I thought the score was one of the standout things. And by the way, so the three of us watched it. One of us didn't do their homework.
Andy, again.
I mean, you could have watched it while you were driving.
I could not have watched it while I was driving.
While she was driving.
I think.
And I did end up doing.
You shouldn't ever watch it, so you can always do this shtick. This like. Oops. Somehow.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Annie sold me on the GAMs.
Because
did you ever get any?
No.
There were no GAMs. However,
no GAMs.
She was. I mean, like. Okay. First, wait. Before we get to that part, I want to clarify. I watched the director's cut of this movie because that was the only. I would have watched the theatrical version, but this was the only one available on Amazon Prime. And I had forgotten that Sin had sent us a link to the theatrical version. So I watched a different version than the other two. We'll see if our opinions change or differ, or if there's discrepancies between the two versions that maybe one's better than the other. I'm not sure.
I'm curious.
But yeah, so she was one of the highlights. Very, like, pretty decent actress, but just very easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's
super
cute.
Hot. And I think that this movie also had style, lots of style. Very dark, very Guillermo del Toro. Back when this came out, I don't know how big he was. Probably not very big.
No, not. He wasn't.
Like, I think he blew up once Pan's Labyrinth came out, right?
Yes.
When that came out, everyone was like, holy shit! And then, to be honest, I don't think he ever reached that peak again. But this definitely has his signature all over it. Very much a wonderful monster movie. I enjoyed it. I'll just be up front. I thought it was a good movie. It was dumb.
It was dumb.
But, I don't think that Del Toro's stuff is necessarily thinky type movies. They're just all about atmosphere and style and kind of throwback horror sensibilities. So very schlocky. Interesting concept for a monster movie. And it just had tons of atmosphere. I was engrossed the whole time. I had so much fun watching it. And back to the score, it reminded me of Nightmare Before Christmas. Very, very decorative, very flourishy type of dark score. I didn't expect that from this movie. I would have expected something more minimal, more horror movie style, but this is more like fantasy horror.
Is this the first time you'd ever seen it?
Yes, I've never. This is my first time seeing this movie. So.
Okay.
Also, we had my favorite character was the black guy cop there. I can't remember his name.
Is it Charles Dutton? Is that his name?
Yeah, maybe. He was easily the funniest part of the movie. Funniest character. Very loud. And
we got regulations.
And then we had so the main character's husband. I don't remember ever seeing that guy in any other movies.
His face looks familiar to me, but I don't know where I've seen him before.
I do, but hang on, let's look it up real quick.
Yeah, but he did a pretty decent job. He was hammy without
reminds me
being
of Richard
annoying.
Gere.
Cypher,
which
is like
he played in the net. Okay, I've seen some of these things and don't remember him.
I haven't seen any of these movies, so
this is like The Matrix.
I've seen
Love
Emma.
Lucy
I've seen the
Liu.
net. Have not seen Cypher.
The Matrix.
So
Like
I
low
had
budget
totally
Matrix.
forgotten Josh Brolin was in here.
yeah,
He was such a baby face.
he was such a baby, and he didn't have the fucking what's his name? His most famous role now,
Thanos.
Thanos. He doesn't have a Thanos voice.
No, he was so young. I remember when he
Yeah.
used to play in a TV show called The Young Riders or something. That was the first time I ever had seen him. But this movie actually turned 26 years old yesterday. I think its theatrical release was August 22nd, 1997.
Okay.
So he was quite young.
He was very young.
Quite a bit.
Josh was Josh.
Josh was Josh.
Josh.
But there's another actor that I noticed.
F. Murray Abraham.
I don't know his name, but he was in Walking Dead.
Oh, Walking Dead.
With the crossbow guy. There he is.
Norman
Daryl.
Reedus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had forgotten Daryl. Yeah, Daryl. Norman Reedus. I had totally forgotten he was
a baby
in here
this too. He was a baby in this too.
Yeah, he was. Also, he was in Blade 2. No, yeah, he was in Blade 1 or Blade 2? Maybe Blade 2.
Scott Kidder says he is a Goonie. Oh, he's talking about talking about Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about
he's one of the Goonie
Norman
Goonie
Reedus
kids.
for a second. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, there's definitely some stupid ass shit.
I love
that
F.
happens.
Murray Abraham, that guy. He's so good.
Yeah.
What else is he in? What
He's
what
in
Amadeus.
Yeah, Amadeus. Yep.
And a bunch of other stuff.
He was in an episode of he was in Amadeus. He was great in that.
Salieri,
He was in the latest thing I saw him in was in the wonderful TV show White Lotus.
Oh,
I still haven't seen that.
me either.
Oh, it's really good.
Oh yeah, he was in Last Action Hero too. I forgot he was in that.
They're both in this together as well. Mighty Aphrodite. She
Mighty
won the Oscar.
Aphrodite.
She won
Now
the Oscar for
You're gonna
this.
see her legs in this one. You're gonna
Okay,
see her
all right.
legs.
She won
Alright.
she
That's my
won
next
an
movie.
Oscar for this.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. All right, I'll have to check this one out. So
I'm checking it out now.
Checking it out now.
So the stupid things. Sometimes the characters just did stupid ass shit.
Yes.
Like there's a point where they're searching for bugs that they know bite. One of the characters drops a fucking flashlight in this crack, and they're reaching in there
yeah.
trying to get it.
Where they know a bug might be.
And
Or
also,
where they should know a bug might be.
she just kind of lets her, she just kind of like tries to touch the bug. She's supposed to be this entomologist,
Right.
and she doesn't know that bugs can bite. Like,
Yeah,
What's-
I know. And then she's reaching in the thing before she even sees
yeah,
the
that
bug.
whole
She's
thing.
reaching in without even seeing it.
yeah. So actually, I have one more comment about a character. Is it? Oh, okay. Chewie, I
Yeah,
hated
the
that kid. I wanted to kick that kid through
I hated that
field goal.
I'll be back.
And
Through a field goal?
Yeah, through a field goal. And
What was his whole point? I don't get
there
what
was
his
no
point,
point
but
in
there
that
was no
character.
point to him.
He was a piece of shit character. Fuck
yeah,
that.
he was not well written. I have issues with stuff involving
Hey, you
his
the
character.
bug lady?
Yeah.
You the
Dumb.
bug lady? I got a bug for you.
That's not Chewie.
That's not
Right?
Chewie?
No,
Chewie was
that's
that
not Chewie.
little
Chewie's
autistic kid with the
the one with the
spoons.
spoons.
Oh, God.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, he served zero purpose.
Okay, so the kid that you were talking.
Uh-oh. He
Oh, we
froze.
lost Jeff. It's
Am
okay,
I
he'll be
dropping
back.
in and out here?
Okay,
You're
you
back.
said the kid he was talking.
Okay, yeah. The kid that just wanted money, he was my favorite. He was my second favorite character. I love
The way
that
he
kid.
talked to, like a little street punk.
Yeah, a little street punk. And he's like cutting the weird mucus off the egg, right? With a knife. Like what? Just peel it off.
Should we give her the bug?
Yeah.
You
That
gotta
kid was
pay up,
great. I
lady.
love
What
that
was
kid.
it? He said something like he used some sort of term because he didn't want to show her what it was because it was their meal ticket. He
Right.
called it their
No.
meal ticket. Like maybe they were going to get $40. That was their meal ticket.
Okay. Last thing I'll say about this movie. I know I keep saying that. The visual effects. Some of it, the practical stuff was good.
Yep. I agree with that.
This was when CG back in '97, CG was just starting to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so they used CG.
There was
Some of it didn't look bad.
Well, a lot of it was dark, if you notice,
Yeah,
so that
right.
kind of hid
That
any
helps.
imperfections.
That helps, but sometimes it was like, I don't like it. I don't. It just didn't work sometimes. But they tried, and you know, I won't dock it too many points for it.
So I want to know what the difference is between the version you saw.
I'd like to know too.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Okay.
I
So
don't
how did yours end?
It ended with they thought hubby died in the explosion,
Yeah.
but it turns out he didn't. And
Right.
the stupid Chewy kid is like, 10 leather
Yeah, that's how
boots.
mine ended too. So
10 leather boots. It felt like they built up his whole shoe accuracy bit. Like it felt like they used that to build up to that.
that
that
one
entire
moment
thing
where
was
he
for
sees
that
the
whole-
shoe. Yeah,
And it was the dumbest moment.
that
It
was
like,
so clunky. It didn't work.
So you recognized his shoes, and she was already looking straight at his face anyway. It was just, I wanted that kid to get killed by the bugs so bad.
Well, yeah, that's a problem I had with some of the writing in here. He should have been. Why did they kill some people and not others? Why did they just do nothing to him? And then why did they just grab her and fly off with her and not kill her when they killed pretty much everybody else they came in contact with? That was not explained, and that was annoying. I did not like that at all. I had more issues with it than I liked it. And I remember when I first saw this movie years ago, I liked it okay, so I thought I was going to like it the same or more. No, I actually disliked it more
Okay.
upon a subsequent viewing because there are so many issues with the writing in here. I do like the premise, like you said, that was actually really well done. It does feel like a Guillermo Del Toro movie.
Yep.
I generally like his films, but there's stuff like, how in the world is the husband's cell phone even working way down deep in that's no, Kate, no.
Back in 1997.
No way in the world. It won't even work hardly in an elevator. And so then, and also the New York subway closes at night. What? I looked it up. I looked it up. They said it doesn't. Maybe it did back in the 90s. I don't know. So that was kind of weird. Also, yeah, okay. Okay. And then she also said, she was talking like biology or evolution or whatever. And she said something like, you know how the apes evolved into humans? Dude, she should know better than to say it was apes. It wasn't apes. That's not the theory, that it was apes. The theory is we have a common ancestor to the apes, not that apes. If apes evolved into humans, there would be no more apes. So that was annoying that was in there. And also, how did she know where Chewie was after the father got killed? She didn't even know. She hadn't even seen Chewie. She goes walking out the subway calling his name. How'd she even know he was there?
Right.
Like,
He didn't mention him.
caboose.
He didn't even mention that he was looking for his son.
Yeah, and so the father. So I think this movie had a lot of cuts in it that we did. Well, in the one I saw, Jeff. So she didn't even know. And so then also, she tells her husband, "Try not to sweat. You can't control your sweat. You can't control. It's gonna happen.
Okay, I know you really want to sweat right now, but hold on.
Don't sweat." And then also, like when the insect was, or the big daddy was going after Chewie on the tracks, and she's yelling at it, and it's just totally ignoring her until she cuts herself and makes herself bleed. When all other times before they responded to noise,
right?
But for some reason, it didn't respond to her screaming at it.
Also,
that was dumb.
The daddy did not look as good as the rest of the bugs.
Yeah, you'd think
he'd
be like super badass, right? But he wasn't. He just looked like he didn't even look very meaty at all. He just looked like this little spindly. And then at the very end, when hubby comes up, I think I've gone through everything. At the very end, when hubby comes up and he hugs her, he's like, "We're going to have a baby," and there was no reaction from her at all. None. Like none. She wasn't like, "Oh wait, what? The test was positive?"
Right.
There was just
they made such a. There's so much build up to that, and
I think that was like a, what is it they call that, ADR? Is that what they call it, where they go and
they put in the words, but the
I think that was just something they threw in there at the end, and they didn't really say it in the original scene. That was just so it was okay up until the point where everybody's down there in the tunnel stumbling around. Then there were all these different issues that I started having with it. I just was like, it's annoying. So I was disappointed that I didn't like it as much as I expected I would. So those are my thoughts on it.
I feel after this movie that I was very wrong about Guillermo Del Toro.
Why, you think he's a bad director now?
I think, I'm just thinking about it, and
Pinocchio.
I'm gonna go back and watch Pan's Labyrinth just to make sure that I'm
Pan's Labyrinth
on
is actually,
track.
Okay, you should watch Kronos. That was one of his early movies, and I really liked that movie. That was like a 1993 movie, and also Blade 2. That's my favorite of the Blade movies, and that was one he directed.
Okay, so Ahmed, tell us why. Why is Guillermo
just
not a
all
good
of these
director?
characters make very, very poor, awful decisions. Josh Brolin, man, whatever, what did they tell him that he was acting like that? He was such a weird character. His cop, whatever, and then
Now wait, wasn't he CDC?
No, he was a cop.
Yeah. No, Josh, they worked together. He worked with him.
Yeah, I thought Josh was just a cop.
No, I think they worked together, but it was just
really
flimsy.
Yeah.
Flimsy.
Okay.
The kids,
but it wasn't
with the
clear, which is another nod.
I thought Brolin was a regular cop, and the husband was like some sort of CDC type enforcement dude.
They never explain it quite right. There's just so much left out. The creature was I didn't appreciate the darkness. I didn't think the creature
was a little hard
cool.
to see sometimes.
Yeah, I mean I understand what his goal was to film in the subway. I think that was kind of the point of this movie, was to do a movie in the subway, because that they spend a majority of the time down there.
They do.
So I think that was the goal. But what's interesting is in the trivia, right? He disowned the film after constant clashes with Harvey Weinstein and Bob Weinstein. Apparently, the last version that we saw, they oversaw the final cut of the film because they didn't like him, and since then he's never worked with them. And apparently it was Mia Sorvino who stuck up for Guillermo del Toro, and that's the reason that he stuck around and finished the movie.
Oh wow, interesting.
She wanted him to finish his vision or whatever. I don't know. He must have talked to her. Who knows? Who knows what happened?
So what else did you not like about this movie?
It just felt very clunky and not intelligent. Very very and there were moments where there was some special effects stuff that was kind of okay. I was not scared at any point or impressed in any way. I don't know. A-list, eye-popping, heart-pounding thriller. There was oh my god, the train scene. Oh, just like series of awful decisions by people.
Yeah.
That cop, just this whole like
that's
taking him down and then them getting stuck. Like people who work in this in the subway aren't that like gullible and stupid. They felt very like unprofessional. And the whole thing felt very like I don't know what I was expecting, but I definitely
something better, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like it felt like an A-list, a movie with the potential to be A-list, but ended up being a B movie.
Well, I feel like that was Pinocchio too.
Yeah, Pinocchio was some kind of awful.
You don't have to cry, Jeff.
It's okay. You can talk about Guillermo Del Toro however you want.
I'm sorry, dude.
I posted a link to the differences between the director's cut and the theatrical version. I just wonder. I really wonder if the one that I saw was the same one you saw, Jeff. It's the exact same time.
Yeah, but he said enough for the details that we saw that I thought were awful. So I don't.
Yeah,
and he also said it was goofy. Like he got this. There wasn't a divergence in the plot in such a way that rectified all of the goofiness that was happening. Right. It felt to me like Guillermo Del Toro's somehow out of touch with reality or something.
Well, I mean, he's camp.
Yeah, it was very campy. Yeah,
that's the thing. Sure. Del Toro is camp, and so if you don't like camp, then you're gonna get hung up on a lot of this stuff. Like it's
the kids
goofy.
with the bugs destroyed me. That moment, that was the moment. It was right close to the beginning. They walk in with their bag of bugs and they want to trade the lady for bugs. It's like, what the hell is going on? Like, I know New York is a big city, but geez, what is this? It's so goofy. Like, should we show her the bug?
I loved that. I don't know why. I think I loved that because I would never have thought of it. Yeah.
But the whole scene and the idea. That's what I mean, like the way characters interface with each other in this movie.
That kid was so hilariously buck-toothed as well.
Oh yes, you couldn't help but notice.
I'll meal ticket.
I
They're like who are they going to sell it to?
And then they go down into the sewers again to go find this.
This thing egg that they think's going to be a big deal for them.
So awful.
Awful. So I was wondering. Those creatures snatched the little boy before they killed the other little kids, the little street kids, or the bug dealers.
You were looking for some kind of, I know what you mean, some kind of like entomology, life cycle, some understanding of like
were they going to let those kids go? Is that why they didn't?
But there was never any of that, right?
No, there was just no. There was I really wish they had explained why. It wasn't because the little kid couldn't have been because the little kid was able to talk to them with the spoons.
Well, that was so they tried. I think that's how they tried to sell it.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
It didn't work at all.
No.
So stupid. No, but the goop, so the bug was cool. The one they had to like open up and take stuff out of.
Yeah.
Like functionally, like as a prop, that was disgusting, and I guess that was probably the one big plus I gave it.
Yeah.
But then when they finally pull out the junk and then they start rubbing it all over each other, that was like I had it. That was like I was like.
That reminded me of a scene from The Walking Dead, when they had to cover themselves with the guts and everything.
But that was like, but the way they did it and the way that it was just kind of like, it was just awful. Awful.
Well, it's gross for the sake of gross, and again, that's sort of why I like it. It's like it's so stupid.
That was really gross.
Those weren't the parts that boarded me. It was just the writing inconsistencies that really frustrated me. I was.
How does Giancarlo Giannini's looking for his son and they run into each other in the sewer? They run into each other in the subway. They just in the same part of the subway.
Okay,
just ran into each other
because he found the.
He found the girl.
No, well, what it was is he noticed that his son was talking about the silly shoe man. Yeah. And he looked out the window where his son always looked out the window. He saw that there was the boarded up door.
He went down there.
He went down there. He found the kid's stupid wire sculpture in there. He knew that his kid went in there.
He just
but then he goes around the side and finds this finds the doors
and
that
goes
go
down
into
in
the
there.
subway, and it's like,
Yeah.
but that's not where. Why would you think that would lead into
to
the
where
building
the kid,
you were trying to get
right,
into?
Yeah, that's I think Ahmed's like how they just magically ran into each other.
Yeah, it was just
in the
very
same area.
clunky and goofy.
Yeah,
like,
just I think I'm curious to see this. Okay, so the theatrical, there's like an unrated and an R-rated. And the unrated is 90. It says
that's where the gams are.
I don't know. Okay, now I'm confused. Mine
I
says
feel like the fountain of youth.
I'm so confused. Mine said it was an hour and 51 minutes. But here it's saying the R-rated and the unrated are 90 and 96 minutes. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, everything's wrong with that.
I'm so confused.
That's ridiculous. Okay. Who knows? Who knows what? I feel like there's nothing that I saw that you guys didn't see.
There was a potential good story here.
I agree. But what Ahmed said was it could have been an A movie, but it turned out to be a B movie. And I think it is the writing. Like
oh yeah.
Even though Del Toro his camp is fun, he also there's something about his work that has the potential to be A. You know, and I just feel like if he would partner with better writers, he would do that. He would make amazing movies that.
Have you guys seen The Devil's Backbone that he did? That's a Spanish movie. I haven't seen. I've heard that's actually really, really good. So I think he's got some talent for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But it's kind of like Scott. It's kind of like Scott Snyder, where it's like all of his talent is visual, and not in the storytelling itself.
Look up Kronos. I really like Kronos. I saw that movie early on. He also was a writer of a show called The Strain.
Yes, and the writing in that show was abysmal. But it was still very entertaining to watch.
The show was entertaining for a while.
The show was good. The show was fun. I haven't finished it, but I listened to the audiobook. Ron Perlman narrated the first audiobook, and he was horrible.
Really?
Horrible. So I decided I was just going to read the second book, and I never even finished because some of the writing in the first book was not like there's a part where it talks about this plane that's on the runway and something was up, like something on the plane was up. It was straight up like Paula Abdul.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Straight up now.
Tell me, do you really want to? Yeah, it was so cringe. It was like, are you kidding? This is terrible. But Guillermo wrote it with somebody else. I can't remember who the writer was. If it was Chuck Dixon or I can't remember.
Chuck Dixon?
I can't remember. I might be wrong. I'd need to look that up. He wrote it with another person. Anyway, I thought Kronos was a really good story. It's this interesting twist on the vampire. Yeah. There's the grandfather in the story, and this thing reminds me of Blue Beetle. This thing, it infects him with a vampire virus, and it was decent.
That's the same. That's like the same story as The Strain.
Well, this came before The Strain.
Right.
The vampires different. The vampires in The Strain are like the vampires. Aren't they like the vampires in Blade 2, where they come apart at the mouth?
Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the thing is Del Toro's stuff all like kind of harkens back to the same imagery, sort of. There's something samey about it, but I don't know why. I just like it.
Chuck Hogan.
Like it.
Chuck Hogan is who he wrote the books with.
I like his stuff, but as you guys were also referring to, he almost never reaches his potential.
Well, have you guys seen The Shape of Water? Which he won an Oscar for. I watched that movie and I was so underwhelmed, and it's disturbing.
I loved that movie.
Oh my gosh, I can't with the bestiality. No, gross.
He's like not any kind of real creature. He's like a fantasy creature.
Yeah, but they still get on, and he's not a human, and they do it, and that's nasty. I was just like,
Different strokes.
I guess, Annie, speak for yourself. Anyway, I was actually aggravated when I watched that movie because it was not nearly as good as I was expecting it to be.
You know, I think it could have been better, but I actually personally loved how edgy it was, like the bestiality
on with the fish. Okay.
I think it was really cool that it was like a mainstream movie about like somebody, like a woman loving this like total freak. You know,
well, it wasn't just that he was a freak; he was just not even human. So that's what was disturbing about it.
It's a metaphor.
Okay.
Oh wow.
What? Did you freeze again, Jeff?
Yeah.
Michael Shannon's in it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's the one. This is the one. He has a very memorable line about washing his hands after the bathroom.
Michael Shannon does?
Yeah, he says, I wash my hands.
I also just really I like that actress as like a leading female character too, because that also seemed kind of unlikely to me. You know, like
I don't know if I've seen her before.
She was a very
you know, this was probably his best movie, and that's not saying much.
Yeah, I can't think of it's a very simple word I'm thinking of. Yeah, untraditional. She was like an untraditional female lead.
I like the time period that it took place in.
It's a good movie. It's got it's just that is a weird that bit about the bestiology is weird.
Yeah.
But everything else, like the visuals, I think this movie was definitely better. Maybe his best. Maybe.
I'll have to rewatch it. I'll have to see it.
I'll have to rewatch it, but I think this might be. And once again, not saying much. Like
there is something
I'm not saying it's a great movie.
That bothered me, but I don't want to say what it is because it happens kind of like near the end, and
okay,
I don't want to give it away.
Well, hey, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. What are we going to do for numbers on this one?
Well, for me, I don't think I could go higher than a 5 or 6 on it, and 6 is being generous, y'all. So maybe not even.
I like this movie. I'm going to give it a 6.5, and I'm also going to give it a not recommend.
Wait, you like the movie?
I know, right?
Yes.
It's hard,
You're
and
gonna
he
give
does
it a
this sometimes.
6.5.
Yeah, because I like it because I have specific tastes, and I don't think necessarily it's a good movie, but I enjoy it. I wouldn't recommend it to someone and be like, you know, like if I recommend a movie to someone, it's because I think they're going to enjoy it.
Right.
Okay.
Ahmed?
Yeah, we look at his face. We already know.
4. Don't recommend.
6.5. What are you saying? 5.5, Sin?
I'm just gonna go with 5.
Okay, 5. So 6.5, 5, and 4. So we got like a 5.25 here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Hey, if you like camp, if you like gross shit, and I have to also say,
if you like gross shit,
yeah, I have to say I did like the mask thing. I like the mask thing the bugs did. I thought that was
that was
interesting.
Cool.
And
the
like the way that
the
posture was of them, you know, it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
So you know, if you're a Del Toro fan, definitely check it out. You know,
I'm gonna have to be controversial and say that I agree with the Weinsteins.
Wow.
Talk about edgy.
Yeah. If you like ham, Ken Song said, yeah. And also if you like what's her name, Mira Sorvino, because you get to stare at her all day.
Yeah,
that's fun.
But you're right. No legs in this one.
No legs.
No
She's
legs.
cute,
She ain't got no legs.
Like, you sure you don't want my legs to be in the movie, Guillermo? He's like, no. I don't want your legs.
This will be too distracting.
Yes, they go too high.
They go too high.
Okay, so what's our next SBTL? Like, what's our next? Is it
2 weeks?
It's going to be after Dragon Con.
It has to be, yeah.
Right after
so the
Dragon
second,
Con.
Right after. Hang on.
I think.
The Wednesday after.
Let's look at this.
Like 2 days after we get back.
The 6th. The 6th of September. I think that's what it is.
Yes.
So, what about Running Man?
So what would this be
we're doing
for?
It for Dungeon Crawler, Carl.
So I recently rewatched Running
one.
Man a couple years back. It had been a while. When was the last time you guys saw it?
I haven't seen it since I was a teenager at the latest. I might have been in middle school.
Oh, dang. Okay. Did you guys ever read the book it was based on?
No. I've heard that there's no resemblance almost.
It's quite different. It's a Stephen King book.
Right. But it was written. It was when
Richard Bachman.
Richard Bachman.
Yeah, I read it. It ends totally different. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm fine with rewatching it. It's Arnie, so I love Arnold.
Running Man.
Unless you guys can think of any other type of movie that takes place with people watching terrible things happen.
Yeah. Ahmed, do you have a veto on Running Man?
No. I'm thinking what's comparable to. It's hard. It's a hard one. It's gotta be like
Hunger Games.
The only thing I can think of. Yes.
Hunger Games,
the two movies. Hunger Games.
That's a trilogy.
Hunger Games.
Quadrilogy.
I really don't want to watch Hunger Games.
I'm fine with
Ready Player One is the other one.
Ready.
Yeah, that's just lit RPG in general.
I keep thinking there's something else.
But it's more deadly than that. It's not quite Mars Attacks.
Ken Song says Maze Runner.
Is that something though where people are watching?
That's another YA.
No, but it's like in the future and they have to run the maze to, I don't know, it's weird.
Okay, Running Man.
Not get the disease. Hitchhiker's Guide is a good one, yeah.
That's another
destroyed by alien
one.
corporations.
Yeah.
I've never seen Hitchhiker's
Well, no, that's
Guide.
not a corporation, Rich. That was
The
actually
Vogons.
but they were doing civic work. They were building a highway.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, I don't.
I'm fine with Running Man.
I'd watch Hitchhiker's Guide movie again, but I will tell you I already don't. I don't like the movie, and that's because I love the book so much. But yeah, Running Man. Okay, next time it's Running Man in honor of Dungeon Crawler Carl. And yeah, cool. All right, well, you guys want to do this troll poll real quick before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Green room.
All right. Green room for Sin.
Bloop.
Bloop. All right, guys. So Cailan Wilkinson, one of our mega fans. Oh, by the way, Otaku Paradise asked, do you guys go to conventions? We do now. I've gone to, this is my 6th one this year. And then I'm doing Dragon Con right after that.
This
like
weekend.
the next weekend. So, 2 weekends ago, I was at A&D Con in Portland. We're definitely doing another Kansas City Planet Comic Con next year. So yeah, guys, watch out. We should probably put up a calendar for the events that we're doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but James Drawn asks, Jeff, are you still narrating the Chrysalis series? I see the latest book in the series is out, but no mention of the audiobook. Yes, but I'm not getting to that until I finish. So I'm not narrating again until October for any other audiobooks outside of DCC. And I'm starting Everybody Loves Large Chests Volume 10 at that point. So right after that, it'll be Chrysalis. Yes. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So Chrysalis is right after that, and then probably Summoner Awakens 2 after that. So.
Oh, well, I'll have having a good time while I'm doing voices for ELLC and Chrysalis.
Yes. All right, guys. So this is, what is the name of this one? Cailan Wilkinson.
A Flesh Golem's Tale of Resurgence.
Here we go.
A talk at the... And then it disappears.
A talk at the inn.
Oh.
Oh, right. This one. Yes. Okay.
More wine.
That's it. I really enjoy that, Golem.
Okay, so Cailan, we're gonna fuck your shit up here.
We're gonna fuck your shit up.
You did request this on the troll poll, so that's what you get, sir. Let's go here. The adventuring group of main characters has just emerged from Kordoth, a demonic mountain/dungeon. Outside, they found an imp named Decius, who fell to the planet from Hell, impacting the snow in front of the group. Decius was banished from Hell for threatening to vaporize various individuals, including Eric, the main character, if they don't test out his new spells. He was one of the customer service demons who sends the notifications to those with implants. The group is walking back to the city as Decius explains himself. Okay. Decius, male imp with a huge ego, high-pitched voice. Eric, main character, middle-aged human who is now an undead with a slightly gruff tone of voice. Alex, alchemist, young red-headed boy, 17 years old, whatever voice you deem best. Eon, ice mage, young black man, whatever voice you deem best. Who you want, Annie?
I think I would do well for the 17-year-old boy.
Okay.
Or the high-pitched. Oh, it doesn't matter because we're troll polling.
Yes, we are troll polling.
Yes.
Okay. So you're doing Decius and Alex?
Yeah.
I will narrate, and I will be Eric and Eon. So, let's see. Do we want to determine what our voices are going to sound like, or do you just want to wing it?
Well, should this be an audience participation thing?
Maybe. If anybody has requests for voices, throw them in there. If it's a request we get all the time, we probably won't do it. But if you have a good one, we'll give it a shot. But Eric, so my first instinct, if we're gonna fuck this one up, Eric. No instinct came to mind. That sucks.
How about Frasier?
Frasier.
Kelsey
Grammer.
Okay. All right. I'll do Frasier for Eric, and someone said do the mimic voice. I'm just gonna do Boxy for Eon.
Do Boxy
for the young black man who is an ice mage.
Okay, that sounds pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, we have to do some mimic, but like doing the other mimic's voice is like.
So okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
How should I voice Decius?
Decius.
Male imp with a huge ego and high-pitched voice. Anybody? No takers? All right. I guess I'll do Decius as
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Okay, I'll be Robert De Niro for Decius, and for Alex, I'll be Fran Drescher.
All right. For the 17-year-old boy.
This is gonna be awful.
Good call. All right.
This is gonna be awful.
All right. So opening line is Decius.
Although they're both kind of New Yorky, but that's okay. Opening line is Decius. Okay, and that's Robert De Niro. Okay. And that's when I decided that old Tagalov wasn't going to be of use to us, well, at least me. It was only a matter of time before he committed suicide, so I just sped the process along by vaporizing him. A minute later, I was in the Dark Temple being yelled at by the High Demon. He kept going on about the consequences of abusing the power entrusted to me, blah, blah, blah. The next thing I knew, I was speeding towards Everworld. Then I hit the planet, and now I'm here.
Decius finished his story as the group entered the city's outskirts. The imp looked around excitedly.
A drink! I need a drink!
Spotting the nearest rundown bar, he rushed in. Everyone in the group shared a look of what the hell just happened.
Well, I'm exhausted. I think we'll be heading back to the inn,
said Eon.
Have fun with Decius. Meet back at your house in 2-3 days.
Eric nodded. 2 days sounds good. I'll see about finding that healer for us. Eon and Noel started towards their inn. Eric turned and started walking towards the bar.
Mind if I tag along?
Asked Alex.
Decius intrigues me.
Fine with me.
Theseus intrigues me.
Fine with me, replied Eric. Inside, 3 day drinkers sat, frozen with fear, staring at the bartender's corpse. Wait, no, corpse. Okay, I'm not used to transatlantic, so you'll have to forgive me. I want to get it right. Staring at the bartender's corpse slumped over the bar. Blood still gushed from the hole in his head, the result of the imp's barbed tail. It had happened so fast. The imp had entered the bar, demanded a drink, and when Fred, the bartender, demanded payment, the imp's barbed tail had shot out, killing Fred where he stood. Eric entered the bar, followed by Alex. His jaw dropped at the sight of the dead bartender. Decius sat at a bar stool, a dusty bottle of gut rot held to his mouth. "What did you do?" yelled a shocked Eric. Decius drained the bottle before turning to Eric. The imp pointed to the dead bartender.
Oh, this one refused to provide me with service, so I did what I had to do.
You can't just go around killing people when they don't do what you want them to.
Sure I can,
replied Decius, grabbing another bottle of alcohol. Eric reached for his great axe, but Alex held up a cautioning hand.
Let me talk to him.
Alex took a seat next to the imp.
You said that you have knowledge that could help our progression. How about you share some of that now? In exchange, I'll tell Eric not to kill you.
Decius drained his second bottle with surprising speed.
Fine with me. Go ahead and share your status with me.
Alex paused, considering the imp.
Wait.
Wait, no.
Wait.
Sorry, Wait, said Eric. He turned to the day drinkers. Get out of here, and if you tell anyone about this, then I will find you and kill you. Then I will eat you. The terrified trio stumbled out of the bar. A second later, Alex's status appeared hovering in front of Decius. A minute passed as the imp studied Alex's status. Meanwhile, an ashamed Eric disposed of the innkeeper, as he had been quite hungry.
I'm done,
said Decius, and Alex's status disappeared.
Well, I can see what you're going for. May I ask how you acquired the recipe for that epic bank bomb? Epic ranked bomb.
Eric coughed while wiping the blood off his face with a towel. You know how to make a bomb? Alex waved his hand dismissively.
Oh, my master created the recipe before he died. I found the recipe and used it to learn the ability. It doesn't matter, though, as the material components are beyond my current budget.
Decius nodded.
What made you choose to remain an alchemist rather than becoming an alchemical imbuer?
Alex scoffed.
That choice was easy. Alchemical imbuers just use mana to create potions. There's no crafting process involved. Why waste my skill? Plus, the benefits of remaining an alchemist were amazing.
Oh, no, this is Decius.
I see. Firstly, you're using 8% more ingredients than is needed in the creation of your health potions. Secondly, try adding 2 teaspoons of a mana potion to your freeze potions. You should learn a new ability from that.
Alex smiled.
Thank you. Eric, I forbid you from killing him. He is far too valuable alive, and we need to protect him at all costs.
Okay, agreed Eric. Still, we can't pretend that he didn't just murder a man.
Hold on,
said Decius.
We can't pretend that you didn't just eat a man?
Eric waved a hand dismissively as he took a seat next to the imp. That's beside the point. Decius, you're going to stay with me until the time comes that you're fit to re-enter society. Understand? The imp nodded.
You're the imp. Am I the imp?
I'll be able to see the effects on my spell in person.
De Niro just had a sex change. No.
Oh, I'll be able
Eric.
to. It's been a long time since I looked at the cast list description. Oh.
Sorry, guys. Internet was messing up.
There you go. No, said Eric. And now that we're on that subject, he held up his hands. Why does my skin have a bluish tint?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. All right. And that is...
Your Frasier got better as you went along.
It did.
It did.
That last line that you executed it pretty nicely. That was good.
Yeah. So I'm so used to doing an English accent, and the transatlantic accent is like almost never used by anybody. Frasier's like one of the last people in the world to ever use that fucking accent. Him and his brother, Niles, right?
Yeah, Niles.
I can't even think of what that accent sounds like.
It's
Sounds
like
old,
as if an
old-
American
yeah.
person wished they were English, but didn't really try to do the accent. They just kind of like used the
Half-hearted
melody
attempt.
a little bit. And
So you're like educated in the 40s.
yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Seattle. So anyway, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for being here for SBTL. Even though I'm remote, and we will be back in the official booth next time, which will be September 6th, where we will be reviewing The Running Man, a film directed, produced, and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Not directed by.
He played
He
every
plays
role.
everybody. Yeah,
He played every role.
Did he?
in the
Who
movie.
did direct that
That's why
movie?
it's the running man, because he's the
Yeah.
man.
The one man.
It's running around and doing all the
He's
stuff.
had to run really fast to get into position.
Oh,
you
Yeah.
know,
Paul
for
Michael,
the
Right.
whole
Paul
Paul
character.
Michael
Right.
It's
Glazier.
hard, but he's an athlete, so it
Yeah. Right.
Never shirked a challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
just did it.
so
He
that'll
just
be
did
it. This was the Mimic and Ease episode, so be sure to go pick up Mimic and Me and Jackson, Volume 9 of Everybody Loves Large Chests to get
Jackson.
maximum Mimic Soundbooth Theater action. Thank you guys one more time for coming and hanging out with us. And I hope you have a good rest of your week.
Me too.
Adios.
It's really loud.
That's good. That's good. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Push the button.
Goodbye,
Push the
everyone.
button.
Bye.